Okay, everybody, I am back and I'm going to do 2 wands on camera for you, just really quick and easy. Now, I am going to try and remember to post a link below to where I share the files that I purchased, or actually this particular file I think was already in my program with the Silhouette Cameo, but the rosettes that you see here, these two, I did use files that I purchased through the Silhouette store. And this pinwheel as well, and I think this was, yeah, this one I purchased too, so I'll try to remember to post a link to that. I think it was just one video where I shared those files, and I gave you the ID numbers, I think they're called. So if you have a Cameo and you want to get those, or if you already have your files and you don't have to use these particular ones, there's plenty of rosette files, and I find it a lot easier and handier to just use the files instead of using my my Sizzix die cutting machine. I do have, I think, 1 or 2 rosette making files, but honestly you get so many more options this way, and since I do have a Silhouette Cameo, you know, not everybody does. Now you can actually make your own without any files or without any cutting machine, simply by using a scoreboard. You don't have to use a scoreboard either. You could use a ruler and some kind of a, what is this called? A bone folder. And just, you know, scoring it. And look online. Look through the search bar in YouTube as well on how to make these things. I'm sure that you'll find a lot. So I'm just going to show you how to put a wand together once you've already got your stuff. And I just posted the previous video on how to make these things from cupcake liners, okay? So please check that out. And forgive me if I forget to put any links that I mentioned to do. I do try to go back, even if it's not the same time that I air this. I'll like remember, oh, I forgot to put that link, and it might not happen till the next day. But you know, you can always do a search on my channel for whatever I mentioned that I have a video for. So for this, you need straws, and don't know where I got these from. I think I got this from Dollar Tree, and this one might have been Tuesday morning, and you'll see that they're different lengths. I didn't cut them. One's longer than the other. So what I'm using is the rosettes that look like this and the rosettes that look like this. So one is thicker than the other. I am using a smaller one for this one, and then on the other one I'm going to layer the pinwheel. And you can do a pinwheel just by itself. Now I think this pinwheel is too small to just be stuck on a straw, unless you were going to do a shorter straw. I did use a file, so I shrunk it down to this size, so it's about a 4-inch pinwheel. So I would do a bigger one if I'm just going to do it on the straw, you know, and just do like a pinwheel. That's it. And then I have these pieces here, which is, I'll show you, they are actually rings from the Dollar Tree, and it comes in a pack with pink and red. So with my Tim Holtz scissors, I did snip the back. They're not that easy to just pull off. And again, the bow file, and you could use any bow. You could use a fabric bow. I just chose to use the items that I had already previously made, put to the side in my little curating for Valentine. And now I can just easily put together and make some wands. I also pulled out this black tulle. I thought I had red tulle. I don't know where I have it, if I do, but I'm just going to use this. I do have pink. It's actually a little too wide, but you can cut it down. But I'm not going to use the pink right now. I'm just going to use black as an extra added decor. So let's start with, I'm going to start with the other one first and put this aside over here for now. You're going to need your hot glue. I might need these scissors. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, since this has these ridges, I don't have to worry about flattening out my straw. If you were to not use this and just use this, because this is finished on the back, it's better to put your straw, flatten this out, put this down, and then add your items to cover your straw. This way you don't see a straw sticking back there like that. You know, even if you flatten it out, it's not the prettiest unless you're going to put another piece. Why add more and just go ahead and stick it here, flatten this out, and put that. And this could be a finished wand right there, or just this part, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to slip in this into this little groove here on the front, not the back. You don't want to see it back there. I like a finished look. Of course you can do that if you really, really want to. I'm just going to put it here because I know I'm going to end up covering and putting something else there. So we're just going to add some glue, some hot glue in there. And bring my little mat again. Stick that in there. Flatten it. You know, just even it out. Be careful with any glue that might spew out. Okay. It might be a little too much that I put, but I'll try to... I think I'm going to be putting tulle on this one too. I might do both. So not too worried about all that mess. Alright, so we got the first part. I'm going to be drinking a lot of water. I am taking, I think these pills that I'm taking for my high blood pressure is making me a lot more thirsty. And my doctor did tell me to drink a lot of water. Okay. So we got that down. Now we're going to place this one. And before I put it down, I'm going to look at it, make sure it's... Sorry, that's my belly. If it's, you know, good enough, I might want to trim a little bit here. Sometimes you get this fold over when you're making these things, so I'm just going to cut that just because. You might not even see it in the end. And I can't believe it's raining. Oh my goodness. I hope it doesn't rain tomorrow. I'm supposed to be going to the zoo. Alright, so we're going to, I actually want to trim this down because I want to see more of the heart. So I'm just going to trim a little bit off of there. This part here. So I'm going to turn it around because black, I don't know, it's harder for me to see. I'm going to trim off a little bit first and make sure I don't want to cut too much. I'm going to cut this much and then look and see if that's enough. And this is why I like to use a smaller circle in here so that I could do this. Because if you use it too big, you can't cut that much off without having to cut into this part. Make sure it's even. Alright, so let's, this way. Just want it to look like a little circle. Alright, so you see now you could see more of the little heart cutouts that are in there. Okay, I think I like the way it looks. So now, except for that, I am going to, whoops. There goes my little finger protector. Come over here. I'm going to go ahead and, now, before I do that, I'm just going to give you some ideas because I might not be able to record it when I decide to do this. One thing you could do is just scrunch up some of this stuff, put it back here, and, you know, put this down, and you'll have like a little background. Or some cheesecloth, or some of that eyelash trim behind there. Just an extra thing. I'm not going to do that right now. I'm just going to glue this. Put enough glue. It's really raining, huh? Center it so that you see all your little hearts there. Okay. We got that. I think that's centered. Now I'm going to take my pinwheel. I think it's going to look so cute, which already has a little bling in the middle. And refer to the video that I mentioned of showing this because I show what I used. And put that down. Okay, and I do sometimes mess with where these points are going to hit. Because sometimes I don't want this point maybe down here or something because wherever you stick it, you know, that might get in the way. So I kind of make it so that the points are not really down here sometimes, not always, just sometimes. Alright, so that is down and I love it. Now let's see if I'm going to put any tulle here. Let's see if I do, how's it going to look? I'm just going to cut a piece off for now. I might just make like a single bow, but then I'm also gonna, well, I don't know if I'm gonna do it in this one. I also want to use my little Bodabra thing to make a fluffier bow. I don't know if I'm gonna do it now. So you could just make a quick bow and glue it on. I could, if I didn't put this here, I could have tied a bow around here, but it's not gonna cover this little area, which is what I want to cover right there. So let's see how it looks with the bow for now. This is a big bow. I'm gonna fluff up my bow. I might make it a little smaller, we'll see. I just love the look of the tulle on these wands. Is it too big? Yeah, it's too big. I don't even know if I'm going to use this for this particular wand. I just want to see how it looks. Might be too much. It's going to tuck right in there. Okay, I'm going to go back to this. I'm going to leave it like that for now. I'm not going to glue it while I think about it. We're going to go ahead and put this together. You see, I do that a lot where I just like, I don't know. And then later on, I might just do it, or I'll just change my mind. And you see all this mess from the tulle? I don't know why it makes such a mess. I don't like that. Okay. So what do I have here? Alright, so we're going to do the same thing. I'm just going to insert it in there. I'm going to use less glue this time. Not so far down. And slip it in. If there's any part that you might want to cover, like maybe this is, see this is starting to rip here, I'm just going to put that in the part on the bottom. You know, see it, look for it first. Oh, I didn't bend it, did I? Okay. Alright, so that's in. And again, I need to trim this down a little bit to show those hearts. I'll show the back like that. I don't think I need to cut as much as I did before. It's a little harder to cut because it's a metallic paper. Let's see if that's good enough. Yeah, that's good. Alright, let's get rid of this. Okay, so there's my front. And we're going to go ahead and glue it down. Get it even. Then we're going to put this white one down. As much as I like the metallic, I don't like to see that much of it. I'm not a big red fan either. Out. Okay. Center that. Okay, now I'm going to look at something and see if this works. Look at that. That's so cute. You know what? This right here could be a wand all by itself. Just this. I'm getting distracted, people. Something like that would be so cute. Okay. I might just do that. But let's see. It might be too much. Okay, so 2 bows is too much for this particular thing. We're just going to stick to the 1 bow. Right in the middle there. And my little heart piece here. It's going to flatten it out a little bit, my bow here, but not too much. I still have a little, you know, should stay. And there is that wand. You could put streamers if you'd like, but I think that's enough there. It's very layered. You can see how thick that is. It's still drying too, so I'm gonna try to dry it out, or yeah, cool it down. Okay, let's just let it sit there. Let me go back to this guy here and take another look at whether or not I want to add this or just go ahead and make the bow itself into a wand, because I thought that looked really cute. And you know what? I'm gonna do it. I think these three, I like to do 3 wands per loaded envelope, loaded bag, or anything. I love the odd numbers of 3s, 5s. It just looks right. Probably because I took interior designing and they always said it was a good thing for the eye. Let's see, do I want to use the hot pink instead though? Oh no, I'm using this red. I'm doing the red again. More red, and then another bow, which I think I have one left. Oh, let's see if I do. No, I only made one. Oh, okay. That'll work. Will it work with this straw or a different straw? How about a gold straw? Or a silver straw. Do I have a silver? I don't have solid silver. Silver go with this. And this is why I buy all these straws. I think the silver, because there's silver in there. Okay. Alrighty, so let's just make that into a... Okay, let me fix this up and even out my tails. That's good. I need to cut out a circle to finish the back, because now I'm not going to have anything back there. So let me see how I'm going to do this. Unless I just put another thing on the back. Oh, okay. I am gonna do something maybe. What do I have? I got little circles here, and I got these little guys. Let's see if that will work. All right. Okay. So now I'm going to flatten this out. I don't need to flatten too much here. I'm just going to flatten the, like, a little bit. Just enough so that this heart will go on there flat, right? That's going to be my back. It's a small heart, and this came out of... What did I cut this from? When I was cutting the rosette file, it came with those little hearts and circles and things, so I saved those as I didn't use them for that. It was meant to so you could layer stuff. So yeah, put a little bit of glue on that and put it on my heart. Let's use this. Okay, and now I'm going to put my bow. I'm going to glue this to the bow. It's not going to be that easy, but not get it on me, hopefully. I think that's good. Fluff it up. Try to get it to where you want it to stay, because once you get this down, it's going to glue, it's going to seal everything in place. Okay, so now we're going to glue this down. right on the other bow. I'm going to turn it around and just kind of press down carefully because it could seep through all this stuff. Just hang on there for a minute. Uh-oh. Just trying to look at my monitor here. Okay, that is on. I think I flattened out my bow a little too much. Okay, and then the last thing is this heart. You know what? It's like too many of those hearts. What else can I put in there? Do I have any more hearts? Oh, I do have more hearts. I just bought some from the Party City. Let's see how this will work. I tell you, if you haven't gone to the Party City to look for crafty stuff, you gotta go. And again, it's not that pricey, really. Uh-oh, just dropped it. Let's see how this looks here. Yes. So because these are all going together, I didn't want to have two of the same hearts. But let me just show you, because I'll definitely be cutting this out anyway. I have these scissors, but you could use some good scissors. This is just a thin, not thin, but a soft plastic, so you can cut with anything. So that's how I just took that back off, and that's it. So it's ready. It's an embellishment now. I'm going to use these little hearts. Perfect size. I wish they had pink, but they didn't. And just hot glue that down in my center. And then I'll be done with 3 wands in just... Well, it won't take as long as I'm taking, only because I'm chatting and showing you guys. Once you have all these goodies all ready to go. Look at how pretty! Okay, see? And then these guys are going together somewhere. They might look a little thick, but it will work. Okay, so there we go. 1. Get this ring. This finger thing off. This one is very thick. 2, it's another thick one. You can again hang some dangles if you'd like. And 3, I think this one's my favorite and the easiest, and you could do it any colors that you want. Oh, I love how that came out. I didn't even think of doing that before. So thank you all for watching, and stay tuned for my next installment of Valentine's crafting. See you guys next time. Bye now.